initiatives are not fair. I don't think that we should be changing the Constitution. I don't think that 52% of the population is enough to change and take away people's civil rights.
I feel when you're voting on a ballot initiative, they so often go to a vote to see if they're constitutional. I believe it should be found whether or not they're constitutional first before we can even vote on them. I think they're a waste of money. I just think that's unfair. And also when you're voting on an issue like this where the population is a minority, it's so easy for that population to lose because they didn't have a fair chance in the first place. So it's not fair to vote on that situation. That's why we have a California Constitution and a United States Constitution in the first place.
I respect the fact that people should have a vehicle to express their will in the ballot. It's important. But I also think it is way too easy for these outside groups to be able to get in there and spending money. Outside groups like on Prop 8, the Mormon Church.
There are certain rights that should not be put up to a vote.
Exactly.
You could never imagine putting up to a vote whether or not women would be able to leave the house. I mean, certain rights, I think we all have a common sense that should not be put up to a vote. So any right that's given, that's why it's called, I saw a sign today or something that said, that's why it's called a right. That's what a right means. It's inalienable. That's our first exposure to rights. It's inalienable rights, meaning you can't vote on them. So that's my comment on ballot initiatives, is they're useful for certain things, but they should never be used to vote on whether or not people that pay taxes have the same rights as other people that pay taxes. So.
Right away. Very good. Everybody.
I just think that anything that's going to cross church and state, period, anything that's going to bring religious influence into it shouldn't be on a ballot, period. People need to be educated about the importance of researching before you vote. I think that's something that needs to happen because people vote blindly, and that's the biggest crisis, I think, amongst voters, is that they don't know what they're doing. It's like picking a football team because the color's cute. That's not okay. This is way too serious.
I don't think that anyone is really well informed on what the ballot initiatives are because there's so many of them.
Can we fix it?
Yeah, can we? Oh, I remember that.
That's what she said. That's what he said.
All right. All right, let's try to go to the other side. What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? Equal rights. What do we want? What do we want? Equal rights. What do we want?
Straight,